A pleasant day to everyone, especially to our professor, Dr. Gutierrez. I'm 2Pamulo, and I'm here to discuss about group and team structured problem-solving techniques on total quality management. My topic will include the description of group and team structured problem-solving techniques in TQM, which I will start with a brief definition and its characteristics. After that, I will discuss to you the significance of my topic by citing a little bit of the demands of the fourth industrial revolution to education. More importantly, I will explain the concepts and theories behind group and team structured problem solving techniques based on the influence of organizational structure, Deming's PDCA cycle, and Banks' structured problem solving technique. The last part of my report will be about the importance of problem solving in structured manner using a team, the types of quality teams, and 4 important points to remember for the team to work effectively and efficiently. Group and team structured problem solving technique is a systematic process of identifying, analyzing, and eliminating discrepancies between the current situation and an existing standard or expectation and the actual situation in a team's perspective. It can be inferred in the definition that the team structured problem solving technique exists because of 1. A gap or a discrepancy exists between the current situation and a standard. For example, a discrepancy may exist when a car, let's say a car, will not start when the ignition switch is turned to start position, which is the standard. Second, the gap needs to be eliminated systematically. Using the same example, a car mechanic must proceed with a systematic elimination of possible causes of the said problem, or he will end up with more troubles than before, thus creating problems instead of solution. And 3, team effort is needed to effectively and efficiently identify, analyze, and eliminate discrepancies. Again, using the same scenario, when a mechanic is having difficulties locating the vehicle's trouble, he will sometimes seek the help of his colleagues in order to pinpoint the location of the problem. As the saying goes, 2 heads are better than 1. The structured problem-solving technique is an important methodology in quality improvement. This is due to the fact that whenever an organization tries to meet or exceed customers' expectations, they often need to face different kinds of problems. In order to expound this idea, allow me to cite Education 4.0 as an organization that tries to meet or exceed industry expectations. To understand Education 4.0, it is important to understand Fourth Industrial Revolution. The figure provides a graphic illustration that helps us understand how the Industrial Revolutions change across time. During the First Industrial Revolution, water and steam were used to mechanize production. During the Second Industrial Revolution, electric power was used to create mass production. During the Third Industrial Revolution, electronics and information technology were used to automate production. The Fourth Industrial Revolution is beyond an enhancement of the Third Industrial Revolution, in which the advancement of new technologies blurs the lines between the physical, digital, and biological worlds. The new technologies evolve at exponential pace, and there is no historical precedent that marked the beginning of the evolution, hence being called disruptive technologies. These advancements are led by the emergence of artificial intelligence, robotics, the Internet of Things, autonomous vehicles, bio and nanotechnology, 3D printing, material science, quantum computing, and energy storage. The Fourth Industrial Revolution affects not only the business, governance, and the people, it also affects education as well. Thus the name 4.0 came to existence. Education 4.0 is a response to the needs of the fourth industrial revolution, where human and technology are aligned to enable new possibilities. Fisk explains that the new vision of learning promotes learners to learn not only skills and knowledge that are needed, but also to identify the source to learn these skills and knowledge. Learning is built around them as to where and how to learn, and tracking of their performance is done through database customization. Peers become very significant in their learning. They learn together and from each other, while the teachers assume the role of facilitators in their learning. This expectation of the industry will lead the educational system to the different trends in Education 4.0, such as e-learning, flipped classroom approach, personalized learning, blended learning, bring your own device approach, and project-based learning, just to name a few, each of which will pose a problem to an institution. This is due to the fact that even if we, as an institution, or as individual educators can provide the above stated trends, a simple question exists. Did we provide quality learning to our most important stakeholders, the students? This question or gap or problem to quality learning will be hard to solve by one educator. Perhaps it would be better addressed if we employ group or team structured problem solving techniques. Thus, the significance of my topic. Before studying the techniques in structured problem solving, it is necessary to understand the influence of organizational structure on TQM. Dale described the main issues of sustaining TQM, and the organizational structure is one of them. The influence of organizational structure to structured problem solving techniques are enumerated as follows. 1. Positioning of quality functions. The scope and the role of a position will affect the effectivity of the implementation of structured problem solving techniques. For example, in an SUC, for a structured problem solving technique to be effective, it should be first incorporated in a TQM tool to be used and be converted into a policy by the Board of Trustees. In this situation, the position of the board, being the highest policy-making body of the SUC, puts it in a spot to be the focal point of quality management, and thus the implementation of team-structured problem-solving techniques. Second, departmental, functional, and shift boundaries. The boundaries and barriers between departments define the form of problem-solving teams. In this scenario, the organization may opt to create a quality circle. In some companies, a quality circle is a group of employees doing similar work led by one supervisor. Each week, they come together in 1 or 2 hours to discuss their problems, generate solutions, and implement them with the support of the management. In SUCs like the Marikina Polytechnic College, such quality circles already exist. This is in the presence of the Academic Council and the Administrative Council. All academic policies and processes are discussed and agreed upon in the Academic Council, and corresponding resolutions are made, and if necessary, sent to the BOT for approval. On the other hand, administrative policies, school regulations, and support to college operations are discussed and agreed upon in the Administrative Council. One may observe that all debates and discussions during the meetings of these two councils are aimed toward the continuous improvement of the services offered by the college. Third is communication. The different forms of communication plays an important role in the process of problem solving. This includes interpersonal and organizational communication and the culture of communication that exists in an organization. There should be openness and objectivity when people are solving problems, and must refrain from focusing on personal issues during discussions and even debates. Fourth, job flexibility and cover relates to the ability of the team members to solve the problem. In order to achieve this factor, each team member must have a thorough knowledge of the operation of the department that he or she represents. In this way, one can positively contribute to the problem-solving process and can greatly generate possible solutions. And lastly, supervisory structure. Supervisory structure is the key factor to improve the efficiency of a problem-solving process. This is due to the fact that supervisors will be the ones to initiate the problem-solving process once defects or deficiencies are observed or identified. The second concept and theory about structured problem-solving technique is the PDCA cycle. It was discussed already in previous topics, so I will not go deeper with this topic. A salient point with regards PDCA cycle is that Deming, Duran, and Crosby have developed the structured problem-solving methodology in the early years of the quality revolution. Through the structured problem-solving, identifying the root cause and implementing a solution that prevents recurrence contributes to quality continuous improvement. Within the quality development, there are different forms of problem-solving techniques, but most of them show many common themes. And the basis of the techniques is Deming's PDCA. Dale even stated that the best-known problem-solving technique is Deming's PDCA cycle. Based on Deming's PDCA cycle, Bank have developed a common procedure of the structured problem-solving technique. Bank stated that there are 6 steps in the process and should be normally taken in sequence. Step 1 is identifying and selecting problem. Firstly, it is necessary to define a problem as the difference between the target and the actual. A problem report should be written based on measurements. For example, evening vocational opportunity classes, January enrollment down by 50% as compared to the enrollment of the same period last year. Step 2. Analyzing the cause of the problem. In this step, spend time on finding causes only and do not think about solutions. For example, EVOC enrollment is down due to the lack of advertisement. Other training centers are offering free training. January is a period of low-rate enrollees in any training schools. Step 3. Generating potential solutions. Explore alternative solutions because only one solution may not be good enough. For example, advertise EVOC programs through printed materials and social media. Offer new EVOC programs. Offer EVOC programs as extension programs. So those are examples. Step 4. Selecting and planning the best solution. In this step, make sure the right people are doing the right thing. Plan the solution in order to lower the cost. Step 5. Implementing the solution. Seeing that solution is implemented from start to finish is necessary in this step. Make necessary contingency planning in case some of the new ideas do not quite work out. Step 6. Evaluating the solution. Reviewing the result is important since it will ensure that the problem has been solved. Most of the time, the individual cannot control the quality problems in the organization. The reason is that most of the problems are system problems. These problems are generated in the frame of the organization. The system often keeps in the way of staffs who are trying to do a good job. It is hard to solve the problem by simply telling people to do better. It is easy to understand that excellent organization Pay more attention to the value of people working together in teams. Teams can do better through integrated problem solving and efforts. Teams are a useful tool in management and are also most effective when team activity is matched to organizational strategy. The strategy must be communicated to the team directly. Although teams come in various forms, they need to enhance the cross-functional, objective, and factual implementation of strategy. The quality groups or teams usually occur in three forms, one of which is called quality circle. A quality circle is a group of employees doing similar work led by one supervisor. Each week, they come together in 1 or 2 hours to discuss their problems, generate solutions, and implement them with the support of the management. Second is problem-solving project teams. When high-level leadership identifies the main problems of the organization, they set up project teams to address the issue and solve the problem. Third is quality improvement teams. The team members can be comprised of employees from different departments, customers, and suppliers. The goal of such teams has various topics, but focuses in eliminating waste and non-value activity, improving activity, and improving quality. To make sure that teams work effectively and efficiently, consider the following. 1. Teams should get the support from the management. Second, the aims and objectives of the teams should be understood by the team members. Third, the team members must be trained in the skills and tools of problem solving. And last, number 4, the team should be disciplined and should have and utilize a set of method of problem solving based on fact and not opinion. That ends my report. Thank you for listening.